Hello again, this is Weston, and welcome to the last cartoon theory of February. Today, I'd like to share with you a few feelings I have about the second season of Dexter's Laboratory. Our question of the day is, why do we, as in me, Amazon, and the DVD releases, divide Season 2 of Dexter's Laboratory? You see, like yours truly, streaming services in the complete series DVD divides the full 39-episode season of Dexter's Laboratory into 3 seasons. Here's an example. The first half of Season 2 would be episodes 14 to 26, the second half would be 27 to 39, and the third and last half would be episodes 40 to 52. My basic theory on that is that, well, unlike Season 1 and the Chris Savino seasons, Season 2 had more episodes than the standard 13-episode seasons Cartoon Network at the time was doing for their shows. I mean, I understand that Genny Tartakovsky wanted to get more attention with a longer season, but why go the length of being a full 39-episode season? I've seen shows that lasted 65 episodes, but they never went that far. I mean, Sabrina the Animated Series had only 1 season, but at least had 65 episodes. Now, if you're wondering why I call the other halves of Season 2 to be 3 and 4, well, because those parts of the season kept on improving as the episodes went on. For example, some episodes in the early half of Season 2 had some episodes where Allison Moore did Dee Dee's voice and not Cat Cressida, and the first 7 episodes had smaller font for their closing credits. I call the second half of Season 2 as Season 3 because from that point forward, Cat Cressida took over the role as Dee Dee completely, not counting some of the quickies that featured Allison's voice which were reused in seasons from Season 1. That half of the season had very interesting stories like a Star Trek parody, 911 Emergencies, a Charlie's Angels parody, another episode of Dom DeLuise's character Kusi, and even an episode where Dexter learns to face his fear about jumping into the pool all by himself. I call the third half of Season 2 as Season 4. Mainly by that point, Donna Grillo no longer was the casting director for the show and she left to keep working at Nickelodeon, giving her position to then talent coordinator Colette Sunderman. But that's not the important part. The important part is that during the later half, some of the side characters were definitely reduced. Mimi and Lily got the worst treatment for it. Their early appearances were just background non-speaking cameos in the later half. While Dexter's Laboratory has never had a big focus on either Lily or Mimi, it is really weird that those two got downgraded just background characters. You would think they could have done one more story with them during that later part of the season. I don't know, one where we got to see more of Lily's feelings about Dexter, and an episode I wish they made called My Fair Lily. But hey, we still got appearances from the Justice Friends, Monkey, Mordecai, and even those 2 girls from the Busboy, Becky and Gwen. Also voiced by Lily and Mimi's voice actresses, Cass Susie and Kimberly Brooks, respectively. But, just because some of the characters were downgraded doesn't mean we got some great stories. For example, there was an episode where Dee Dee fought off an army of ninja jerks who were destroying the neighborhood. An episode where Dexter fights off Yanni the janitor in a Die Hard parody. An episode where Dexter invents a robot parrot. One where Dee Dee goes into space to save Dexter, yet he was still ungrateful. One where Dexter's broken glasses become popular in school. The one that guest starred Dynamo in Blue Falcon. One that guest starred Paul Williams. And one where Dee Dee was trying to keep things quiet for Dexter for his nap. Of course, the later half had plenty of hiccups along the way. In other words, episodes I hated. Just like Dee But Deep, Dexter Detention, and the Old Switcheroos. A primary example is the infamous Blackfoot and Slim, where they did a parody of nature documentaries. For a while, when I was a kid, I thought this was the very first episode of the series, because of the opening narration where the host takes us through the city. But as the years went on, I realized that all this was just a parody. I gave the episode credit for trying something different, but this was so done poorly that I'd be willing to bet the writers had no clue how nature documentaries in the late 90s work. Also, aside from the host that we never see on screen, and I kind of wish we did, nobody speaks in this episode, which makes it even extra bad. I know a lot of people like this, but I think it's garbage. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest. Okay, ranting aside, the icing on the cake of the third half has to be the full 22-minute episode Last But Not Beast. That episode would later inspire the Powerpuff Girls to do the episode Dynamo with a similar concept. It combined Dexter, Monkey, and the Justice Friends as they must fight off the evil Badaxtra and protect the Earth from doom. Speaking of which, something else I've noticed about this long season is that Dial-In for Monkey and the Justice Friends only appeared sporadically that season. I have nothing against that, but it just seemed a bit odd. Aside from that, this is why I divide Season 2 into 3 parts. Season 2 is the early ones, Season 3 is the best half, and Season 4 as some stories are good and some stories which were bad. Now I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Do you think the season was just 3 seasons combined, or do you think it was just fine the way it is? Until then, join me again soon for another cartoon theory. Bye for now.